Did you know turkeys were once worshipped as gods? The Mayan people believed turkeys were the vessels of the gods and honored them with worship. Welcome to 25 mind-blowing historic facts and trivia that are almost too weird to be true. Part 4. Let's get started. 1. The fastest surgeon ever ended up causing a 300% mortality rate. Shocking, right? Surgeon Robert Liston was considered the fastest knife in the West. He was a pioneer in speed surgery. When performing a battlefield amputation in front of a group of spectators, Liston cut through his patient's leg so quickly that he accidentally cut the fingers off the person who was helping him. One man who witnessed the surgery collapsed and died of a heart attack. Then Liston's patient and his assistant died of blood poisoning from their joint amputation, making him the only surgeon in history to have a 300% mortality rate. 2. There were dance marathons during the Great Depression. These human endurance contests served as a way of giving financially unstable married couples a roof over their head and food to eat for a few days. The dance partners would take turns sleeping while the other propped them up and continued dancing with them. 3 in 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. The Mongolian emperor was known for siring at least 11 children. Scientists conducted a study in 2003 that showed that 1 in 200 men share a Y chromosome with the conqueror. 4. In the Victorian era, men with mustaches used special cups, pragmatically called mustache cups. These specially made mugs had guards on them, which prevented a man's mustache from dipping into their warm cup of tea. 5. 46 BC was 445 days long and is the longest year in human history. Nicknamed the Year of Confusion, this year had 2 extra leap months inserted by Julius Caesar. This was in order to make his newly formed Julian calendar match up with the seasonal year. 6. Back in colonial America, slaves could win their freedom through lawsuits. Although there was a low chance of succeeding, winning in court meant that the slave was now a citizen. Since slaves often didn't have last names and needed a last name to be a citizen, they were often just given the last name of freeman. 7. The Leaning Tower of Pisa was never straight. Known for its 4-degree lean, this Italian bell tower was constructed in the 12th century. When construction on the second story started, the tower started to lean due to the unstable ground it was built on. 8. Iceland has the world's oldest parliament in history. Called the Althing, it was established in 930 and has stayed as the acting parliament of Iceland since then. 9. Alexander the Great named over 70 cities after himself. Alexander the Great conquered over 2 million square miles of the Earth's surface, all by the time he was 30. So naming cities after himself was much deserved. 10. Cleopatra was the first member of her dynasty to speak Ancient Egyptian. She was also able to speak 8 other languages, including Ancient Greek, Ancient Iranian, Ancient Parthian, Syriac, Ethiopian, Troglodyte, Hebrew, and Arabic. 11th. America's National School Lunch Program of 1946 was due to World War II. This is due to the fact that the government realized by giving the children free meals, they would have a healthier draft pool if they ever needed it again. 12. Paul Tibbets, pilot of the Enola Gay, the plane that dropped the first nuclear bomb on Hiroshima, didn't have a funeral or headstone. When he was close to death, Tibbets decided he didn't want a funeral or a headstone, as he worried it would become a place for protesting nuclear armament. Instead, he was cremated, and his ashes were scattered over the English Channel. 13. In medieval England, the word ask was pronounced axe. This pronunciation of the word was even featured in the first English translation of the Bible. Ask, and it shall be given. 14. In 1710, Native American leaders traveled to Britain to visit Queen Anne. The 4 Mohawk kings from one of the Iroquois Confederacy's 5 nations and the Algonquian peoples were treated with high honor as diplomats. Transported through the streets of London in royal carriages, they were personally met by the Queen herself at the court of St. James, James Palace. 15. The 7.6 2mm rifle bullet was created 129 years ago. The AK-47 ammunition was developed by the Russian Empire in 1891. Originally designed for the Mosin-Nagant bolt-action rifle, this ammunition is still in use today. 16. Shakespeare originated the "Yo Mama" joke. In his play, Titus Andronicus, one of the characters Chiron, exclaims, "Thou hast undone our mother." To which another character, Aaron, replies, "Villain, I have done thy mother." 17. Hollywood moved from New York to Los Angeles to escape Edison's patents. Thomas Edison had patents on over 1,000 different things, including most of the technology needed to make high-end movies. So independent filmmakers moved to California, an area of the country where the judges weren't as friendly to Edison and his patents. 18. Charles Darwin invented his own wheeled office chair. The famous researcher found that, in his study area, he would have to go through the rigmarole of walking about the office from bench to bench, desk to desk. So, to maximize his productivity and save him some valuable study time, he decided to attach wheels to his luxurious armchair. 19. The Circus Maximum in Rome is still the largest capacity sports arena ever built. It was used for the execution of prisoners, part of the Roman triumph, and chariot racing. Historians believe the Circus Maximum could hold between 150,000 to 250,000 people at any given time. 20. Spartans were so rich that nobody had to work. Ancient Sparta was an immensely wealthy country. Mainly due to their conquest and domination of their neighbors, the Helots. When a Spartan boy reached adulthood and became a man, the Spartan state awarded him with an allotment of public farmland. They also rewarded him with a constituent of Helot slaves to work it. 21st. Ancient Egyptian pharaohs used their slaves as flycatchers. They would lather their slaves in honey, which would attract any flies to their slaves rather than themselves, as well as trap and kill the flies. 22. During a Roman triumph, soldiers sang lewd songs about their commanders to amuse the crowds. A Roman triumph was kind of like a parade where a Roman general and his army would march through the streets, celebrating that they conquered new territory for Rome. There were many celebratory customs that occurred during a triumph, one of which was for the returning Roman soldiers to sing crude and banter-like chants about their commanders for the amusement of the crowds. 23. Despite the legend, George Washington didn't have wooden teeth. The first American president had luxury dentures that were made out of gold, lead, and ivory, as well as being a mixture of animal and human teeth. 24. The term "saved by the bell" does not originate from people being buried alive. Because of bells attached to coffins back in the day, people wrongly assume that the term "saved by the bell" comes from people being saved by these coffin bells. However, the term actually comes from boxing. 25. One man survived both the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and then later Nagasaki. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was a 29-year-old naval engineer on a 3-month business trip to Hiroshima. He survived the atomic bomb on August 6, 1945, despite being less than 2 miles away from Ground Zero. On August 7th, he boarded a train back to his hometown of Nagasaki. On August 9th, while being with colleagues at an office building, another boom split the sound barrier. a flash of white light filled the sky. Yamaguchi emerged from the wreckage with only minor injuries on top of his current injuries. He had survived 2 nuclear blasts in 2 days. Wow, those were 25 of the most mind-blowing historic facts that are almost too weird to believe, right? Which one blew your mind the most? Or maybe you know other fun facts we haven't covered? Don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. One small click for you, but it makes a huge difference for us. And hey, if you love discovering fun facts like these, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Every week, we'll be back with crazier, more interesting, and definitely more mind-boggling facts. Because who knows, in the next video, it might be you who uncovers the weirdest hidden fact in history. Thank you so much for watching till the end. See you in the next video. Stay curious. Keep exploring the world of knowledge.